Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know.
All right, everybody. Oops, sorry. Welcome to episode 10. I have mislabeled these everywhere that I could, but it is episode 10. We are still in the 1 second. All right, trying to recollect my thoughts there. Welcome to episode 10 of the first arc of this season. This is the Fated arc. Couple things. I want to thank Flynn for banging out this week's bounties, and we're going to have new bounties dropped tomorrow. Thank you, Volpa. Thank you, Midnight. Thank you, Rennick, for helping with the wiki. We have sent out some cards. I'm going to send you guys some more. I was under... You will have more cards soon. The Sanguine Globes will be available throughout this weekend. Full disclosure for Nika, the globes are taking twice as long as the previous globes, and the price is going to increase, so the Sanguine ones are going to be the last ones at the $200 price points. We've got some new cards, obviously. You guys probably saw them. We have the Twinsies, we have Awareness and Awakened, and we have Uwu Nagas. The Twinsies, you give somebody else one of your tags. If they roll a nat 20 on that, you get the experience for that. And it is just you helping them, you giving them that tag the whole game. They are aware that it is yours and that they are using it. For Awakened, it is you can spend as many tag points on the same tag as you want. It still costs the same amount of tag points, but you can just spend all of them on one. So if you wanted to do a 110 tag point hit, there's the card that lets you do that. And then the Uwu Naga will allow you to make an NPC Naga from the node, specifically an Uwu Naga. And there we are. The Uwu Nagas, if you guys have not been around, are snake-like people they have arms but no legs, long tails. They love to collect treasure from the node, the very good tradesmen, and also end everything that they say with the word uwu. Or begin it, or in the middle. But uwu is just a big part of who they are.
Relatable.
Right, sometimes uwu. Alright, everybody. So, last night, you all woken up and driven, like, we have doom buggies, I'm hearing myself through somebody's, who's...
Bamin.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you hearing yourself through mine?
What's a little bit, but I think that is just, I can get that fixed. Alright. So last night, in this world, so it was actually last Wednesday, we were studying how the Tears of Fate pool, where they are. They've been missing for a year, and then while they were out on one of their vibe checks, basically, Kay, Pollux and Caster, Talali, and Rosie found a teal haze floating off into the sky. And upon studying it, they realize that that was the Tears of Fate, and they are being pulled by the moon. And things that you all's characters would just have picked up from that is the moon is interfering with the Order's ability to locate the oasis, and is also changing where it is and spreading it out. We learned that using the song Something About Secrets pulls it down and allows them to pool it in one spot. As the moon is moving through its, orbit, like this oasis is slowly sinking back into the sands. And while this is happening, the Order and all of their people are scrambling to get as much of it as they can. You all, with the use of your doom buggies and dirt bikes, have helped the Order get to it first. You all will be at this oasis first. It's right next door. But then we'll see how it goes from there. Gemini, I'll introduce the players and then give everybody their stuff. So we have Bamin, played by Matt.
Bamin time, baby.
All right, it is at Bamin time. We have a little later than Bamin time. We have Caram, played by Prophecy of Zero.
Bamin time!
We have Ceylon, played by Twy.
Yo!
And then we have Gemini, played by Zach.
It is Bamin time.
So first, this is the kind of vibe that we have going on all around you all. The pools are sinking. They're more like ponds than lakes by the time that we get here. It is glowing brightly. You can feel a lot of energy going around. Ceylon, to answer one of the questions that you were asking earlier, you see these red mummies going up to the sand and up to the oasis with bottles. These bottles have scripture on them, very hieroglyphic looking. They're very gorgeous ceremonial style bottles, and only these mummies are dipping the bottles into the Tears of Fate and slowly picking them up. And then they very specifically wipe them clean all around the edges. It takes a good 15-20 minutes for each one of these mummies to get a bottle, and they're very careful about it before corking it up, sealing it up, and putting it away.
Are they humming or chanting or anything vocal, or like in full silence?
The mummies are full silent.
Nice.
Is this stuff dangerous to touch, even?
Depends on, I do believe that you will have Kim in their last report did stick her arm in some of it, and she was burnt. Reports very similar to chemical burns. Katori and Clem took care of it though.
Okay. So this isn't a thing that we could help out with. This is this is for trained professional mummies only.
Do we know how Katori helped handle that?
I got you.
Do we
I
know?
thought it was mostly dangerous to drink, but apparently even touching is pretty bad.
Right, but the way the burn was addressed.
It was addressed very well. They rolled incredibly well to keep what was done a secret. So,
like a friendship secret, or like a...
right now they're using they know how to deal with these burns.
Mhm.
Katori and Ceylon, if you got said burns and Katori and Clem were nearby, they could help healing these burns. It's a bit of stitchcraft, which does alarm you. It requires them to deal with healing reality to heal the wounds, or at least that is the vibe that you get.
Yeah, but that makes sense. So very specialized to them, and that gotcha. Thank you.
But they are probably around. Like, if absolutely necessary, they're probably around.
I mean, because we can try, right? We'll see if the mummies will let us like if I approach them slowly and quietly and very like hand try can I don't know if like diplomatically like I was very like maybe like one bottle try dip. Like how does this what is the vibe of the liquid of the tears themselves? Like, do they feel silent? And do they feel like the moon?
The tears feel it's very dreamlike in that place. Like, they are glowing blue, but honestly, other than the fact that it is just glowing, it is glowing liquid, which screams magic to everybody. It doesn't feel too much different. Like, when you look into it, you find yourself daydreaming if you spend even a couple of moments.
Which is different than like looking into the waters of the celestial sea for sure. Gotcha.
Okay, so is it just consuming this that turns you into a monster, or even touching it can?
We have not seen anybody turn into a monster from just touching it.
Okay.
But some people don't have mouths.
Right. Yeah. Imagine if you were some kind of amphibian type person who can absorb like liquid through skin. Probably don't want to touch this stuff.
Right? Absorption counts as drinking.
Yeah.
Totes.
I don't think we can bypass it with injecting either, but we can certainly try, everybody. We could just like skip the throat and go straight to the vein if we really need to. If we just like really looking to fuck us up.
Do we know if it's fully consuming, or just would licking it also destroy you?
He said don't taste. Like, does that count as tasty? What if just like one drop to the eyeball? Does that count as consuming? Like, so we're just like inching closer and closer.
Okay, Ceylon, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look at your tags real fast.
I very diplomatically start to approach, giving the vibe of like, I know a little bit about the weird something, just and then being like with your tickled fingers, being like, see, a little magical, a little something, and then there's like patting the throat, maybe, just throwing it all out there. It's just like, so, what kind of bottle you got there? Huh? Is it shiny?
If you're going up to one of the mummies, they don't have any real response to you whatsoever. They are
in the zone.
They are locked in. You see them incredibly carefully wiping any amount of the tears from the outside of their bottles. Like, you see them very carefully like wringing out the handkerchiefs that they are cleaning it with, like with a very like, you just see ShamWow on it. It's very impressive.
Is it the same ShamWows for all of them, or is there like a bucket? Like they have to use a new one for each one?
Each one is assigned their own ShamWow.
Okay, so
I-
1 for the entire event. Okay.
I
I'm
have
trying to
a
look for the-
question. For my variable pole arm, I can spend 1 TP to give it a temporary tag. Basically, do I need to do that just to change its shape? Because I
Yes,
think
and then it stays that shape.
right. So for today, imagine that Gemini, instead of just having a big staff or spear or anything, the end of it is a big hook, like a big cane hook, rounded hook, right? Not like a
Okay.
weapon hook, but
Like a shepherd?
yeah, like a shepherd hook, or what you might see come out and drag somebody off stage in a vaudeville act.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And
Mhm.
Gemini is
I'm
going to
gonna get a
walk
little
up.
closer though,
Yeah,
like to the water.
and Gemini is just going to kind of hook it around your waist and just kind of nah. Maybe
Maybe
we should
they
leave
need
the
help,
professionals to their work.
but maybe they
Yeah.
need, like a new like just some assistance. Where's the team lead? Maybe we can. Where's the foreman? Hello, who's in charge of this operation?
They're
Ceylon,
trained in this. We're not.
Ceylon,
Come
2
on.
things. First off, the person that is in charge is on his way over. His name is Thoth. He's this guy
Nice.
over here. Glowing blue
Oh.
eyes, currently in charge of the mummies. Secondly, you can roll me 3d20 if you want to spend 2 tag points for occultist and resonant, as if you want to study the water. This does not necessarily have to be tasting the water, but it could be.
I did not hug the bad thing. Remember that, Caram? I do. I didn't hug the sick water. So maybe I can stay at 18.
And I want to point out, Gemini is only responsible if something he cares about is involved, in particular, the consumption of safe or unsafe food or beverage.
Oh,
This
beverages.
seems incredibly unsafe to drink.
But what if it was just a garnish?
With an 18, oh yeah, absolutely, Chrome. Go ahead and ponder that orb.
I'm just gonna roll now just to get it out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yeah, you could turn a roll into a 1.
Oh. Oh my god!
It's gonna be a good time. All right. So, Ceylon, you see the fact that, despite the fact there is no wind tonight, you see countless ripples, even when these people are being, these mummies are being very careful about dipping their vases and flasks and all of their ceremonial bottles into this liquid. But it is rippling all over. And as it crashes together, you can see little, for lack of a better word, arguments when the waves crash against each other inside these. This is a pool of dreams to a degree. You are seeing flashes of possibilities, but you can't make any of them out. If you studied, you get a pretty good idea that you could. If you really focus on it. But the thing you can do is hear them. You hear a cacophony of conversations. And some of them are, oh wait, no. These are all pretty calm. You get the, what are some not pleasant nightmares, but you're not being chased nightmares. You're not being
Like situational horror kind of thing.
Kind of like it's
Like-
like falling dreams. Like, yeah, it's scary, but like you're not being chased by a nightmare. When you wake up, you're like, oh shit, that sucked.
Or
like
like
thrillers.
the stereotypical, oh, I'm at school. Oh no, I forgot to put pants on. Kind of nightmares.
Yeah, those things are like peeking up in it, but it is also that is the worst that you are feeling here. Everything else is very calm, very docile.
These conversations, like hearing them, what do they sound like? Like high pitch, low pitch, energetic, like the arguments.
Like you are sitting in a concert before it starts.
Sick.
Like trepidation before something big happens. And a little bit of anxiety.
Hell yeah. Ooh, the pre-show jitters. Like, hope it's gonna be good.
Kind of, absolutely, like very much in that sense. But yeah, that is where the game is starting off. Thoth is on his way over. Thoth is a hooded figure. They have their face covered up in clean mummy wrappings, not the same as the red ones. They peeking out from underneath some of the wrapping, you do see some scarring that look like chemical burns across their face. And their hands are also quite wrapped up. And they see Ceylon like looking into the tears of fate. And
Like the
It can
hook
be-
around my waist.
hook around your waist, like fully ready to be yanked back. And they're like, excellent, Lockstitch, you've made it. It's just like, we've done a lot of work setting up a perimeter situation. We've got guards around the area, like pointing to some of them. You see some of the mummies with weapons. Bamin and Caram, actually all of you who have been through any amount of like training, the mummies are just gonna like swing these things. They're not particularly cut out for this, cut out for like using the weapons, but they've got them.
You got
Is it-
some bells by chance?
No, we do not have any bells.
All right. I was hoping to give the mummy something just to alert us if something was coming, but
Oh, they are on task. This is their task.
I understand. Just thought it'd be better to have something for them to tell us, hey, someone's over here, rather than try to deal with it on their own.
We're not able to get the guards from the shrine yet. These are all that we could get from Neferka. How would, like, other than bells, is there anything that you would have? What do you suggest to keep our supplies safe? And you all can, as I say safe, you can see over the dunes, not even trying to hide it necessarily, are like groups of treasure hunters with binoculars just peering at the oasis.
They're all doing
Alright.
that kind of thing. They like
Oh, yeah, you,
slowly
like-
peek out.
Binocularize, and then slinking back under the sand.
First, any balls that are taken, brought to a central location between the ponds. If people have to get through the entire encampment to get to them, much harder to get to it.
Easy enough plan.
Secondly, if we have anything that can make noise, use attaching it to the ends of any of the mummy's weapons on the outer ridges or near the either these puddles would be great, but if that is not possible, we'll just have to keep an eye out if any are fighting.
What do you suggest as noisemakers?
Hey, Ceylon, you got any crystals on you?
I was thinking that. Yeah. How about and like jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Because the mummies are so quiet, and so it can be like we can hook on I guess just as if it's like a tassel to where it has like a 5-foot perimeter. Like in this space, it's quiet and like wind chimes kind of things. They're crystals that'll move and dingle dangle and jingle jangle with when there's disturbances nearby, and I can like tune them to the silence that is the mummy that like is focused on the task, and anything that's not that kind of vibe of focus then like will trigger, and we can like set it up for everybody. Do you think that'll interfere with like their work, the task at hand?
Like, there's a way that it can interfere, but I don't think
Yeah.
Thoth knows it. So,
Excellent.
like, they're gonna tell you no. Like, I
I'm
can't
feeling
see a
it.
way. Like, crystals, like we don't use many crystals in our practice.
Oh,
All right.
it's how would you say it's based in? Like what?
Motions to hands. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah?
wearing like many hands. They have hand jewelry on. You see the fact that when they seal the bottles, it is a golden hand with the thumb goes down. That is the cork for all of the Tears of Fate bottles.
Oh, okay. Like so precious metals, or like the hand itself, like the symbol itself.
Gold certainly helps it. As well as I've said. Oh, I've said too much.
Oh, don't mind me. No worries. Well, yeah, we'll test some stuff out. What else, Caram? What else you thinking? Your tactical mind.
Bamin, you're a good trader. You see routes that people like to take. Maybe you can see routes that people would attempt to take to get past the zombies. Sorry, mummies.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I can. You know. I mean, we could use Scour to scout out some, ahead a little bit. I'm not sure what. I don't really have a plan, you guys.
No, that still works, truth be told.
Yeah. I think.
I think me, you, and Scour will start by doing a check of the perimeter, see if we can notice any gaps. And Gemini, if you don't mind, helping Ceylon with the mummy stuff, and then afterwards start just a basic patrol near the more valuable stuff.
Okay,
Scour also had on some swim shorts and had like a inner tube around because he was going to jump in this pool, but I've advised him against that.
So I don't know if these mummies like need food or not, but Gemini walks back from a table where he was preparing some snacks for them while during this important work. He was making some wraps.
You doing craft services?
Yeah,
yeah.
Because what do mummies like to eat? I don't know. We're gonna make them some wraps.
Oh man, bologna sandwiches are for ghosts. What are for mummies? They're wraps.
Worst comes to
You're great.
worst, good food for us, and any of the order.
Yeah, any of the order wants to have any. Yeah, you made a little meal, a little craft service table for them.
That's
Remember
so
that?
thoughtful.
So what was the? Sorry, I got distracted by pointing that out because the wraps for the wrap thing. Yes.
Start with helping Ceylon set up the crystals on the mummies, and then guard the more valuable stuff afterwards. Essentially, get it set up for guard duty, and then guard duty.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can do that at your craft services table. Like, yeah, they get a wrap, and they'll also get, as they're eating it, they'll get hooked up and kind of tuned in. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So like a 2-table kind of thing, like a little tent. What do we think it was? What kind of? Tell me what letter chairs. What are centerpieces? Do we have like a Lockstitch little table cover banner? You know what I mean? The one like as if you were going to like a job con, a job con, you know.
Maybe some of the action figures from the cartoon Mummies Alive.
Got some pamphlets if you wanted to join. Got some swag. Do we have swag we hand out? That's not the time for this, but like always be recruiting, y'all.
Just imagining was mummies walking away with the something about secrets shirt.
Even like a Lockstitch slap bracelet.
Oh, you guys are gonna be real depressed when you learn what these mummies are.
Oh, they will
Probably.
be.
Yeah, probably.
They're just the dreams of dead people.
That's cool though. That's what? Why is it depressing? Live on.
So,
I
man,
think
if my dreams can live on when I'm dead in the form of like a baked potato person, then
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Fully dressed. Ooh. Got that whipped butter? Yeah. That's a dream. Awesome. Yeah.
Here's your crystal. Wrap? No? Okay.
Whipped butter? You gotta stay fueled. We don't really know how long this is gonna take, like their harvest.
I think maybe after enough mummies pass it out, it's like maybe they don't like to eat. Hey, anybody else from the order hungry? Gotta
Could
keep
always
fueled
eat.
while they're doing important work.
Yeah, like we can do as many as we can, and then the ones that don't come to us, we start going to them. Did you have like one in particular that you're noticing? Oh, the mood lighting, yes. Yes. Just silhouettes of like people poking up and out of the dunes behind. You're like, "Oh."
So I also figures, hey, on the off chance that like we can, we have like a group of people who come investigating and we can convince not to be a problem. Maybe some food to eat will keep them out of trouble.
Okay, absolutely. Because they didn't have a reservation, but don't you worry, we can find you seating now. And we like trick them.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like it's a fancy pop-up restaurant.
It's like those tools
So much.
are just mood lighting. Sorry,
Yes, absolutely. Like Ceylon gets out like a bow tie. Like,
yes, the first esteemed guest is here.
I'll be the hostess. And so what y'all will do is Caram and Bamin and Scour will go out and y'all be like, hey guys, we're y'all heading over to the pop-up? And so like instead of people raiding us, you go out to them and be like flip it on their heads. Be like, oh no. Like, well, you can actually reserve a table like on the app, and then you just kind of like, yeah.
Oh no, we're
Brilliant.
just playing Overcooked now. Alright, first up, slithering into your thing, like has
What?
completely ignored.
Whoa, hey, ayo, ayo.
Oh, get a reservation first, please.
Ayo. Before you slither into my thing.
You hear the jangling of necklaces and the slithering of a very large snake man coming up, and then lesser slithering, but more jingling from his daughter. This is Marzaban, and this is Zahara. Marzaban leads the node. He is the merchant king. Or merchant lord, it changes based on which one I remember to say.
I'm very sorry, but all I can that's happening in my head over and over is Homestar Runner going making out with Marzipan.
I have the truest admission to make to all of you. I never saw a single thing from Homestar Runner. I don't understand any of anybody's Homestar Runner references.
It's okay, neither did I.
If I might actually understand them, but I don't realize that you're making Homestar Runner references. I just think you're making internet jokes.
Yeah, same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. That feels right.
I'm sorry, I have no idea about Homestar Runner.
But whenever I get an email, I do in fact hope that it's from a female. That is the one line that just till the end of time.
Hey Twy, how do you type with boxing gloves on?
Huh. Okay, interesting question. I
Yeah,
don't know the
yeah, yeah.
context.
That was one of the
Just
early
kidding.
home. Oh, it's
I
fine.
know.
See?
Yeah.
It's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I don't get that reference.
I just had a video play in my head. It was like this, and then you're just like punching your keyboard, like everything's flying all over the place. That's how you type with boxing.
A whole lot of Homestar Runner was referencing.
Oh.
So, like, speaking of which, is Sahara's how's their hands looking? They looking warm? They looking good? Like, oh, welcome kind of thing. Let's get you a
Zahara?
little.
Like,
How's it?
they're coming up and they're like, obviously, you know who I am. And I see the fact that you have a delightful little restaurant set up. Ooh woo. I would like a seat for me and my daughter. Ooh woo. We will be eating here, and you may bring Nix to me. We can have a conversation about who owns these sands. You don't mind if my crew makes their way down to the Uwu water, do you? Just to take some.
That is a
Are you
deal for
certified?
Gower immediately starts serving them drinks, by the way. That is like what he does. So just understand that he is immediately on the bartending, taking care of these people.
I want so bad for Gemini to come up wearing like a high visibility vest with a clipboard. Be like, do you have your certification papers for handling the waters?
Ooh.
Zahara looks over. Of course we do, Woo. Here you are. This is our buromantic obligation. We are owed anything that Neferka takes as a trade item. We tithe 20%. We made this agreement last summer. And here you are. And they slide the Zahara's a she. She slides the paper across. As you can see, everything is in order. Ooh woo.
Let me take these papers and take them to Nix and see if they pass muster. And while we're waiting, here are the menus. And Jonah just hands some menus to them. Like, you know, take your time. And when I return, I will take your order.
Excellent. Such fine service. Ooh woo.
So Gemini's gonna wander off to or hand it to somebody to take to Nyx. Maybe one of the
no,
mummies.
The mummies cannot do that.
Oh, okay.
The mummies can only I'll let you know right now. They are assigned stand there and play guard and get bottles. Those are the
Okay.
only 2 assignments that they can get.
Well, then Gemini's gonna wander off and.
Oh yeah, finding Nyx's tent will not be hard, by the way.
Okay.
You guys can just chill in Nyx's tent right now. But if Ceylon go, wait, Ceylon, what are you doing? Are you staying and being diplomatic with Marzaban?
I personally don't remember enough about everybody's like inner. As a terrible diplomat. Like some days I just miss Joaquin so much. It's as if I can hear their voice like earlier today. But like, yeah, I think so. I think this is a good time to be an officer and a diplomat and a gentleman. So I think first step is just like, oh, what wonderful clothes you have, and talking about fashion. And like where else do they get their fine wares and their goods? But also like what else, like intentions for this. Like, is this a trade item that they're interested in, like the artsy part of using it, or is it a resource? I guess is more of what I'm interested in. Like, yeah, is it an industrial resource? Then I'm like, whatever. But is it like a fine good? Now I'm like hella interested.
I'll go with Gemini.
Oh, you 2 are going? Okay, alright. You 2 go that way. Scour is pouring drinks, getting them all right. We know Scour is actually a really good bartender. That's
Yeah.
that's where we met them.
Bamin's drinking with Scour. We're just drinking. You know, he's serving up drinks. I'm drinking.
Is this Scour?
This is
Yeah.
Scour, yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is.
He is known as a ferret, but we're not sure that he is a ferret. He also
And-
can grow bat wings under the light of the moon.
And what's the deal with Marzaban always saying "ooh woo"?
How
It's their
dare
culture.
you?
It's their culture.
I'm not asking
Wow.
it in. I'm not asking in character because I've
Wow.
not seen these
Hurtful.
people before.
Good call. No,
Don't
go
worry,
ahead.
Sahara also says ooh woo. They say it different though.
Okay.
I'm trying to get their accents right. I'm working on it. The only one that I know for sure what they sound like is Uwu Naga named Vorish, and they always say Uwu at the end. They just Uwu.
Oh, okay. They are called Uwu Naga. Okay, got it.
Uwu Nagas, yes.
Yeah.
Scour has started to pick up on that though a
I
little bit.
thought
He's
that
starting to
was
say
just
ooh
the
a lot.
name of a card for some reason. I didn't realize it was literal.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely literal.
Awesome.
We play a weird game, and people like Uwu Nagas.
Scour's like, here's your drinks, ooh woo.
It's like, Marzaban looks down and she's like, you aren't one of us.
But I could be.
Marzaban nods their head to the drink. It's just, you get a pass. Ooh,
Yeah, that drink is good shit, right?
this is fantastic. It's like, oh, have you thought about setting up a bar in the node? We are in desperate need of one. It's like, we have a hookah bar, but that man makes you sign a contract before you even get a drink. Ooh, woo.
I wish I could just like not have been heading towards Nyx's tent and just slide in, be like opening a bar, you say, kind of thing.
If you want, you
No.
can just give the papers to me and I can go handle
Of course,
this.
yes. Gemini's like opening a business, you say, serving
real quick before
food
we-
or drink.
Before we get in any deeper into that one, because you did say you were going away, which is why I started that conversation.
Okay. No, then yeah, Gemini will still be there. But yeah, that's what I want to happen. But no, I can't justify that.
Ceylon, can you roll me diplomacy? Are you talking to Marzaban, or are you trying to like get some answers off Sahara? Because you were talking like fashion stuff like that. Just who are you looking at?
Yeah, I think I was talking to the table in general of like what fine wares y'all have upon, what great grand presents you bring, and then specifically being like, but there's so many people out there that don't know what to do, like creatively what to do with such resources. So like what it like, and then inquiring like the intention for this, and I think that in that interaction, trying to that's the question that whoever answers first is gonna, and how they answer is gonna let me know like actually who signs the contracts here, you know, like who's the figurehead and who's not. I personally, I don't think I know that information yet, and this is a part
Neither
of.
one. Just a heads up, neither one of them are figureheads. They are both leaders of the
Okay.
node in different ways.
Nice. Okay.
Like Marzaban leads the node. Like if he says something, people jump to get it done. They worry like the node themselves all respect and know his power. Like he is very good at trade. He is very shrewd. He is not a beromancer, but is as close as you can be without being one. The only thing he hasn't done is pass the bar.
I love that.
Zahara is. She has not as much power in the node, but she has more connections outside the node. She sets up trades with people around the Echo, and she is trying to get more exposure around the world.
Well, that sounds delightful because I've been meaning to talk about like you vibe so fresh and renewed. Like, have you had any treatments lately? And do you know it, like do you know if like then this good, this the tears um historically have been used for anything like that kind of thing? And that's kind of more my in. The same with like how I did with the hotel connoisseur and and like the spa and everything. And so I think that's going to be the angle there of like conversation and trade and like yeah.
So Zahara just picks up her drink and she takes a sip of it, and like eyes get really wide and like pleasure looking at Scour, gives him a little nod. And she's like, well, you will see that I'm looking to do some spreading out, but this is beyond me. This is a relic. This is an old-timey thing. It's like I'm not interested in the past. But you see, my father wants to make deals. And I am here just to facilitate the fairness of all of this, you will see.
Oh, no, indeed. I'm fairly new, especially to this side of Echo. And so when it comes to understanding the roots of these like powerful happenings, it's interesting to see and hear about people who are more like forward thinking and future thinking. And so like in that regard, what are your like ambitions? Like what are you focusing forward on?
This is currently a work of profit, and we are trying to just make as much money as we possibly can right now. It's just like really a money-making opportunity. We are seeing a product that has not been on the market for quite a long time, making its comeback. And we're very excited about that, aren't you, Wu?
Me? Oh, I just like new things. They're
Oh,
new and it's shiny.
if you like new things, and she pulls a little packet. It's a little like incense pouch from her pocket, and she slides it across the table. Tell your friends, woo woo.
Oh.
And then she starts taking a sip, and she's like, "And you, Mr. Crocodile, you woo, Mr. Crocodile Man, what's your story?" Sip. Don't get many. My father, and she's like, has a pet crocodile about your size. Are you related? Woo woo. Are you related?
Bamin spits out his drink into Scour's face. Pet crocodile, did you say? Who is a pet crocodile? Trying to not take too much offense here, but just composing himself.
Marzipan laughs loudly at hearing it. Just, oh, you have nothing to fear. It's just like, unless you owe me money.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time not gripping this chair very strongly. But no, I'm here with the crew. We're just serving you guys here now. We're good. We're good.
In service of the order. It's just, their pockets must be deep if they can buy such handsome help as you all. There's the entire Lockstitch here, then. Ooh-woo.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a fraction of us here, right?
Only a fraction of our power.
Real fast, we're gonna... Caram and Gemini, you make it to Nyx's tent. This is Nyx. This is Naya. Or Nia. Nia is an apprentice of Nyx. She is little more than like a gopher in this situation. Nyx is the head of it. Naya can just get things for you if we need. Nyx is currently in their hand, looking over the paperwork. It's just like, okay, yes, thou did say that any trade amongst the Sanguine Sands, we would tithe 20% to Marzipan. That was the cost. Do you believe that this holds true? Even if we're not trading these tiers, do we owe them?
I mean,
unless you're
Yeah.
you're trading it doesn't break the contract. You're collecting something that is believed to belong to the order. Anyone around here would know that, even if they would try to take it for themselves. So you're just collecting what's yours, not trading it. As long as you're not selling it, it's not a trade. Well, as long as you're not giving it out for either a good or service. Is that trading?
Nyx makes eye contact with Naya, and it's just like, we do use it for goods and service. Perhaps you are familiar with the glyphs in Neferka. They are all written in the air with the power of the tears.
Hmm. And you sell this to them.
There is a payment system set up with the per diem. The per diem is the all-cat legal squad that works in Neferka for their advertisements with, and all of their contract work.
Caram looks like he's thinking for a bit.
Does the
Do
contract
you-
say... Oh, sorry.
Do you sell the tiers or your services?
The styluses. And we rent out the styluses with the express permission to use the tiers with them.
So to be perfectly clear, you're not selling the tiers. You're selling a service, and they use the tiers. So then he would only have access to the money of the service, not the tiers itself. I'm sorry, I work with Krieg too much.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, Alan, don't know all of the answers to this. Legally speaking, I am not sure where we stand on that. Like in actual law. But
important question.
Go ahead.
Has this contract? How long has it been in effect?
This contract is about a year old.
Okay, so this has never come up within the contract before.
No, the tiers were never on the table.
Right.
So, up until now, have you done these glyphs in the past year?
Absolutely, they have. Especially with Shies.
And they didn't ask for the tiers then, correct? Meaning that they are okay with specifically what you've given them already.
We never collected any tiers out of the desert within that time span.
Yes, but these tiers, with how I've heard it working so far, we were the first ones here. We are akin to, and I'm sorry to say this, we're akin to the treasure hunters right now. We've come out here to collect. Is this any different than what they're doing? Do they have to give their relics to him?
No, but that's because it doesn't go that direction. We do tithe our treasure that we find. Any of the treasure is tithed back to the node at right now. Any of the treasure that we have found in the desert, we have tithed back.
Caram, thanks for a bit. All right. Then I have one suggestion. You never sell it. You only sell a service that uses it. Then these tiers are never a trade valuable. They are only used as part of a service. It will keep to the contract, but give you full access to the tiers as long as you do not sell them outside of the order.
Naya looks over at Nyx once again, and then sighs. It's just like, Zhao Set has made many plans for the future of Nefraka. That with, as you mentioned before, Krieg has promised to get us in touch with Tiamat and has already promised to sell much of... How do I, get ahead of the word gentrified for Nefraka in, a very capitalist way?
So they've already been spoken for in a deal?
They're not spoken for right now, but I cannot promise the future. Nyx actually, eyes open wide, and she's like, a cataclysmic future.
So...
Then our only option to prevent them is to cut that deal short and only allow services to Tiamat. It still would allow Tiamat to use your guys' services without issue, but keep the tiers out of the hands of others. Otherwise, I can think of one other option. But go ahead, Gemini.
Yeah.
First.
So what you're saying is the order. You're kind of like what you do is like a trade, right? You're trained to do this. You have a special set of skills that allows you to do this. People want your services. Have you considered forming a union?
The Order is a union.
Well, there you go.
We are the union.
Well, there you go.
But that said, we are in service directly to the Marechette. We serve the Nefraka.
Mm-hmm. This calls for a union negotiation. This is not the kind of thing that can be decided in one night. So I suggest y'all just keep collecting this stuff and
So essentially, we're pushing the problem down until we can find a solution that will allow the tiers to be kept by the order.
it'll at the very least keep problems from escalating tonight.
So we tell him that until a deal can be struck, if any of these are taken, could potentially be stealing from, is it Mazahan?
Like Marzaban?
Mazaban. Thank you.
Yeah,
We could use that to our advantage. Would any treasure hunter want to steal from Mazaban?
it does
If-
mean we have to give him the tithe, though. We
Does
still would owe him
the
the
contract
20%.
say that it must be 20% of the specific thing, or is it 20% of the value?
Do you have Bureaumancy?
I do not.
Caram just holds up his hand with doll. I might be able to break Bureaumancy.
It's like they both just shake their heads. No. We stick to our contract. We wouldn't want to start a war. Like the agreements
So-
are in place for the protection of the Marechette, and for the will of the Marechette. We must believe that the Marechette means us no harm.
It
Is
is
it okay
also
if I see the contract? Let's see if it specifically says any thing about the goods specifically. If we're only looking for that, we shouldn't need to worry about all this legal mumbo jumbo. We're only looking to see if it says specifically of the goods.
But also, if we delay the negotiation to a later night, it gives time to help get them, gather the evidence we need to convince them how incredibly dangerous this stuff is in untrained hands.
You're right, Gemini. For now, we convince them to push this off until it can be properly looked at. And that it's in everyone's best interest that the collection is done without interruption.
And importantly, let them know, unless it's used by somebody who knows what they're doing, has been trained, like in the order, this stuff is basically poison. I mean, no offense for you all, you know how to use it safely, but for I tried it, basically poison.
Because it's a union job. Yeah, okay. Do we just to are we caravanning this back, guarding them alongside, or we're only here on location until, yeah.
They are until it's gone. We are. I don't think we're doing a caravan route just yet, but we will have to. Like that will be the end stage of it. But right now, we're just kind of like collecting it from the waters,
So yeah, right now the most important thing is just the collection, and that's in everyone's best interest. That is done without issue.
Okay, with that said, I think I have to go take some menu or some orders.
Want me to take a look around the perimeter next? Make sure that no one's trying to sneak in?
That would be ideal.
And Gemini informs them about the pop-up restaurant thing as a way to like keep anybody who comes snooping around like, oh yeah, here's why this is all happening. Here's like it basically just informs the pop-up restaurant idea as a way to keep people out of trouble.
Like
Without
it's a
violence.
pop-up event of like, ooh, come watch the order do their harvest. Like, it's a union job. Like, no, just come watch them. Like, it's cool. Okay.
Enjoy the pretty lights of the little pond thing, and have some nice food.
Get some appetizers.
I want to punch this snake.
You want to pinch him?
Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Punch.
Punch
Okay,
him.
but-
Absolutely.
But what about a pinch?
I mean-
start with a pinch first.
Should I just give
See
him
how
a
it
pinch and see how that goes and then punch him?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you want, you see Gemini, you can take this opportunity to swap with him and come with Caram to take a look around.
While they are still in the chat, 2 more figures join the thing. You see them. I don't have us on the right map? Give me 1 second. Here we go. It's like you see 2 fish come walking through the desert, and they're just like, marvelous. Love what you've done with the camp, darling. Lovely. Absolutely love it. It's just like, yes, hors d'oeuvres. Absolutely. Nom, 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 nom. And like they walk right between the crowd. They see Ceylon, and they're just like, Maestra Ceylon. And they do a like really big bow. This is Beef and Peas from Cottagecore. You will have ran into them a couple of times, either in Haven or in the Silver Thimble. They run an apothecary, completely legal drugstore.
Are they the little pouch that Marzipan was like, hey, check this out. Like, if I open it a little bit, kind of get a little whiff. They're saying like it's new. Do I know what kind of new it is? And maybe like
in this
Fish Guy
pouch,
over here knows.
This pouch, that is an incredibly powerful drug. It is.
Yeah. But like,
you inhale it through the nose. It is green. It is about the consistency of, say, talcum powder.
sick.
If you take it, you are gonna be loopy, but all good.
Scour takes it. Scour takes it.
Sounds completely legal.
No, little pinky, put it on the gums right here. Go like that.
Good. This feels great.
And like, I'm
Why does it
assuming
taste like fairies?
Scour wants to shove it right up his ass. He wants to go like direct route.
Scour wants to boof immediately.
Yeah.
Scour was a huge fan of ICP, and I didn't know it.
He just knows how to do it. You didn't know that?
just
Yeah.
comes naturally sometimes.
Scour was
I
a
knew
ninja.
that. I knew that he was big into ICP.
It's one of his core tenets.
He put it, he puts in for the Juggalo Festival every year. Like
So
it's
fucking
on
great.
my calendar. Yeah.
He's part of the
Gathering.
family.
He's part of
The
the
gathering, that's what it is.
I know when cases of fuego start to show up that it's time.
Stockpile the powder.
When Gemini
you know?
returns, he's going to be carrying a bottle of Fago for them.
You know? But he likes the culture, you know?
It's about the
he likes the
camaraderie.
culture. He likes the
good,
culture.
people. It's a good time.
Yep.
You
He
know,
has
if
a
ever
good
you were
time.
gonna lose your kid there. No, they're
You know,
safe.
he comes back, he's ready to work. So I'll give Scour his week to be a complete deviant.
But to be a bigger deviant, opens pouch a little bit more,
Yeah, true.
and over to fish. I'm so sorry, beef. Brilliant. And you're just like, hey, like, so come on, sit up.
She's like, oh, I didn't know you guys were doing the dealing. Okay, all right, good, excellent. People we know. Oh,
Party's
okay.
here.
The party's here. That's a big fella. Don't know that guy. Pointing at Marzipan. Like, he's like, hey, what are we doing here? How can I get my hands on some of those glowing liquids? You guys have access?
Ooh,
I would
about
love for that to be the moment that Nyx and Gemini come over.
Ooh. Whoop.
I'm going on patrol. I'm leaving this to them.
Oh, yeah, sorry for the wait. Nyx has said that due to their union work, it would probably be best for them to collect everything first before actually, negotiating the 20%, all that stuff. Due to make sure everything is safely gathered. They know how best to gather it.
Because you do not have Bureaumancy, you gotta roll me 2d20 and take the lowest.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
This isn't a roll that anybody without Bureaumancy can make.
It's just passing on like what the
Nice.
conversation.
Still success.
Yeah, still limited success. They look into this thing. It's fine. We'll take what they gather. 20% of what they gather is what you just said, correct?
Pending further negotiation, does what they gather is just a material resource.
And 20% of that is mine. Thank you.
It's what they do with it that gives
you're
it
doing
value.
so wonderful, Uwu. Giant hand gets put on your shoulder, and you feel yourself sink into the sand. And this hand, like python-sized fingers. Not a python's fingers, but if a python was a finger.
5 pythons for fingers.
Yes.
4.
There is question about, is it the material itself or what they do with it that gives it value? Of course.
Of course. We care not what they do with it. We're gonna do our own thing with it, I believe. Hulu.
You do realize this stuff is like mega poison, right?
But is it valuable, Uwu? Is it desired? Uwu.
Does not seem. It seems more that the what the order does with it is of value.
Is it valuable to them? Would they want the 20% that I own, Uwu? And would they pay me for it, Uwu?
Here's the question.
Beef leans close to Ceylon. I will pay you more for whatever you're gonna give them.
But I don't give a fuck about money. It's all good, man. What else are you working on?
I was like, I'm working on this. It's like, hey, hear me out. I've got a line on how to make the rarest, most powerful concoction. You think that null metal stuff that people are shoving up their noses is something? It's nothing.
No. It's literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
Like, what?
This stuff
What even?
can make your dreams come true. Fish wink.
Fish wink.
Baby boy, I'm already living the dream. What else you got? Wait, with this stuff though? That's what you're thinking, or something else?
Oh shit! What you get? He's like Pinky Flipper goes in, rubs it up against their gums. Yeah, all right. So you're already in business. Wait, I made this. What'd you get?
Hey. I don't ask your sources.
Zahara is very plainly trying to look everywhere except for at beef and peas.
But Gemini's gonna be like, okay, so out of curiosity, is it that you want 20% of the material or 20% of the value of it?
I'll take 20% of the material, and then we'll come up with a price.
Because it seems safer
What's
if they
safe?
just like
Safe? I don't care about safe, my friend. Ooh, woo.
have you
I
seen
care
what this
about
stuff does to
money.
people?
I'm not gonna eat it. Ooh, woo. I'm going to sell it.
To who?
To whoever buys it.
This
Back
seems
to
like
the
a thing
order.
that you might need to
Dang.
do, specific union negotiations with, because if they're the only people that know how to use this stuff, they're the only ones who can actually make it valuable. Gemini explains how he is a business owner himself and is just talking about the economics of this
Like puffer fishes. Doesn't matter if you have 1,000 puffer fishes.
Yes,
If you can't do the thing for the puffer fish, you can't be selling the puffer fish
yeah,
and then be the person who sells the puffer fish. Come on down. Yeah.
That's
There you go.
yeah.
That is only for the kind of people that are looking to buy a puffer fish because it has poison. That is only for the idea that people are buying the Tears of Fate because they believe that it can help you see the future. There's a ton of people that just want it, and there's a lot of people that can learn with that think they can learn without the order.
But,
It is
Who
dangerously
regulates?
irresponsible to do that.
Oh, you are talking to a ridiculously irresponsible Uwu Naga right now.
Yeah.
He is deeply irresponsible.
Yeah. Gemini is starting to really, really not like this guy very much.
Can I punch him yet?
Pinch.
finally.
Start
No.
with a
Finally.
pinch.
Fucking punch Marzipan in the face.
Start with a
Fucking let it
pinch.
rock.
Just one of the
Oh,
fingers.
this is gonna be great to watch.
Just say when.
Well, who's the so this is one of the lords and kings, one of the merchant kings and lords, and who else? Do they have a council vibe? Do they have a court of things? Yeah. To where
Gemini
mm,
is half tempted to let this guy try a sip of this shit.
ooh, okay though.
You are still guessing that he wants to drink it. He does not. He
No,
knows how
yeah.
dangerous it is.
Okay.
He's not gonna drink it. He
Yeah.
is going to sell it.
Yes.
Is it a so as a substance, and it's regulated simply by the fact that a union is out here harvesting it because they're skilled labor to harvest it and then give services out to whomever else. And so is there a higher regulatory who's the food and safety folks in general of this substance, right? So
Of this
is this
okay.
a class
Oh.
1, a class 5? And so
This
does that merchant are they allowed to even sell and possess kind of thing?
This
They're
is
certified. Is that what the contract said? That was just certification. That wasn't the actual union contract thing, right?
actually Ceylon, what do we got here?
Yeah.
You
I roll
tags
a
wouldn't work
cult.
for it so much, but Gemini, can you roll me? Oh yeah, Ceylon, you roll me occult. Gemini, you roll me researcher. So 2d20 from both of you two. Okay, 19 and a 7 and 2 17s. Absolutely, those are high enough rolls to definitely give you guys some information. All right. So as a researcher, Gemini, this stuff does not come up in the before the last 1,000 years. And as a cultist, Ceylon, the documents, everybody talking about it with Thoth and stuff, this stuff did not exist in any meaningful way more than 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, the moon got shut off, and they started and like the Order found this. They used this to control the fate of, not control, influence the fate of the Sanguine Sands. In that time, Neferkar and the Order rose to power. There's been nobody like, no FDA, none of that stuff for this, because the Order was the only ones that could find it. Like when it arrived, they could divine where it was, the oasis was going to be. They did it in secret. They quarantined off a section of the sands every couple of cycles, which is like moon going around, well, time passing. But when the moon was off, they could always find it. Now that the moon's back on, they can't find it without your help, without you guys playing the music to do it. So, it's not that nobody else has had the chance to experiment with it, Gemini.
Okay.
It's like the reason everybody believes that if you drink it, your body falls apart, because we have seen a couple people that has happened, and we know that that is true. That it does happen. Does it happen every time? We don't have any way to know that right now.
So, like, can we create one like a oh my god, or you got like the UN, and then you got like special task force kind of things, and so like you give us a researcher, we bring a researcher, the Order brings a researcher, and so like that way Lockstitch can be one of the arbiters of like, this is a controlled substance for now, because like it's been 1,000 years, and there's going to be people who go research and try to find out the historical past, like, oh, it's archaic, it's not gonna. And then there's also going to be people like Marzipan, who's like, she's very like well, let's use it for new things and blah blah blah, but then we need like, okay, what's the social impact and blah blah blah,
So
because
kind
like,
of like a way to like be like, okay, look, you must sell it to like accredited academic,
well,
scientist type research.
for
like
us,
kind of like limit
not
who
specifically,
you're
but
allowed to
yes,
sell it to.
that it's more
Because
like
they control
that's a policy, like a policy
Yeah.
goal is that, yeah,
Yeah.
because like maybe we find that it doesn't have a lot of side effects actually, and it's only in specific cases or blah 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 blah, and so like, yeah, let it be a controlled substance for this year, it's literally new again, and so let like some kind of like coalition come together, and that way Lockstitch is still in like involved, and like we're not, because we turned the moon back on and it was a really good time, but the fallout, right, we want to like help manage that. um yeah, and so maybe for now, like, yeah, you'll have 20%, sure, okay, because there's contracts of some kind, but coalition wise, like, we're not doing selling and trading and stuff, it's full study. So yeah, it'll go into like underground markets most likely, but like we're also in underground markets. Like,
But
we'll
also,
put
like,
we'll put
this
air tags on it. It'll
this
be
stuff
fine.
has been identified as incredibly dangerous without further research. And we
Yeah.
don't want you to accidentally stumble into some horrible international incident because of people be like, oh, you're just selling this dangerous stuff all willy-nilly. No.
Agreed. And that's
If
not good for anyone's business.
Yeah, so the argument can be like,
Yeah.
okay, be very careful who it's sold to. Make it publicly known. Hey, we're only selling to researchers who wish to study this.
Not even selling. Like maybe we put like the first point is like, you can't trade with this. Like the raw good cannot be traded until the coalition comes together and puts like sets up like the rules and regulations of the land when it comes to this. And like the Order will be there, but also like the people of Node will be there. like representatives and stuff. That way we take the selling and we take the economics out of it for right now. It is simply a controlled substance, and like right now is a good time that we like designate like who's in those conversations. How does that sound to you?
I mean, like, so okay. So first off, like, Gemini and Ceylon are like kind of off to the side, like, discussing this.
Yeah. Because like as Lockstitch
yeah.
wise, like this feels like a good compromise kind of thing. Like middle managers can take it from here, right? Like that's like then we can send our best people, like our second best people, to go diplomat and
Looking to make you one of my guards, Crocodile Man. How much would that
fuck.
cost? That's just
The Gemini's big concern is like
True.
this guy only cares about money.
100%. That's why we got to take it off the table for this moment.
Somehow we got to convince him that the safest, like the only way to make this money without causing it to all blow up in his face is to, in good faith, offer it up. You know, maybe like it's more valuable as political capital than.
I like that.
Beef's just like,
Yeah.
we get a cut, right? Absolutely. Everybody, we're researchers and scientists, chemists, if you believe it, fish wink.
Okay,
Like,
so-
we'll take our share of it right now as well.
Or, hear me out, party house.
I'm
We
hearing-
put
I'm
it all
hearing
in
you out.
one spot, right? And that's where nicely protected.
I plan on
no
putting it
one,
all in one spot, if you know what I mean. Finger on
that
his
is
nose,
exactly
finger
what
on
I'm
his
talking
nose.
about. Brother, that's what we're talking about. So then that way, nobody takes anything out for themselves right now. It's all still like in a pool, right? But like we do have access to it research-wise, but it is on lockdown until like the larger whole decide, all right, I think it's time.
The moon is setting in the background further and further. Like, behind us all, the amount of tears of fate is like slowly like going away. It is both sinking into the sands and just, time is up. Time is running up for it.
I mean, that's kind of our goal, is to keep people distracted while the mummies do the thing, so...
I'm going to assume also like that Gemini has taken the orders and like while doing this discussion has been preparing their food.
Like you doing like a hibachi grill vibe?
Yeah.
So that way you can still be there. Like,
These two will definitely not take food from you. Zahara and Marzaban will not take food from you. They will take things from Scour. Scour is a trustworthy sort.
They'll not take food prepared?
We're just not gonna, they are not going to take food from you. But that is a thing about them that I forgot to say before I mentioned the fact that they did take the drink from Scour, so that they don't eat food that they did not make.
Oh.
damn, how you gonna get through this one? Like, what a
So the
predicament.
restaurant thing doesn't appeal to them at all as a thing.
Not
As a culture?
food. They very specifically would want Scour to make them drinks.
Okay.
That has no beer-romantic ties to it. The only bar in the node makes you sign for everything. You have to promise to not sue them, that they are not responsible for your death within 30 days of drinking.
So restaurants are basically just not existent in the node?
Not really. Food carts are. But they have tons of those.
Wait, so how is it that different from...
These two don't take those.
Oh, okay.
It's
these two specifically.
Yes, the leaders of the node will not accept food from strangers.
Okay. Now, what about what's his name? The guy on this side here.
Beef.
No,
Beef?
this guy over
Scour?
here.
Puff.
Scout was a bartender. Amazing.
Oh,
at
okay.
it. 10 out of 10.
Right.
He's
okay.
a world-renowned bartender.
Been all over. Yeah.
been all over, cannot poison somebody's drinks. It's confirmed. Like Scour is a
Would
lot of
he
things.
take food though?
Oh, he's with you guys.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Scour,
okay.
Scour is literally part of the group.
He's
Oh,
like
okay.
Bamin's friend.
Okay.
He lives in my backpack.
Okay. What about the beef and his friend? They take an order?
Currently, you can say that you gave them food. Absolutely, this
Okay.
is all fine.
Yeah.
They are just trying to get the Tears of Fate to make drugs with.
Right.
So party house. Research. We'll call it. We'll call it the research center. Pretty good. It's got a ring to it. Yeah.
I
yeah.
have. Hear me out. This is gonna sound crazy. It'll sound crazy.
I
Have you
love it when
thought
you get
about
like
it?
this.
And we should sell it out of this kind of a location. What if we had a storefront? Okay, legal drugstore, big sign front window. I'm thinking, and this will sound crazy, a little different from me. We call it cottage core.
Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Sounds crazy.
Okay.
But follow me, and then we sell it, and 90-10 split. I get 90.
Interesting.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Because what does that really do? Depletes your resources. Hear me out. You like these vibes? You see what this is? People don't care, right? So people go cottage core, right? But the core is the research center. The cottage on the outside, that's just where they're hanging out, just where they're doing. But then they got windows and they see the researchers doing the research and shit, right? Right? But what are the researchers doing? Us getting high, having a good time inside. They pay tickets, we get money. We don't even have to give them a cut. We don't even have to give them anything. One of a kind experience. Because as of right now, if we keep it all in the research center, like, and nobody else has access to it, and then we start talking. Number one,
Marzipan is going to be getting fidgety, everybody. Like, Marzipan is going to notice how much the sand is, like, how much the moon is setting, how low the oasis is getting, and they are going to start heading over towards the bottling section.
Oh no, we got into the weeds.
I was like, whoa, we don't want to interrupt, until they're finished. Then you can take stock of how much
And
they
who
have.
are you, Uwu? And at this point, Marzipan is being very forceful. If you are trying to step in front of him, Gemini, he will be pushing you back with enough force that will, like, send you, like, it will count as an attack.
Okay.
If you try to step in his way.
We'll eat that attack then and be like, I am an officer of Lockstitch Academy, hired to make sure these trained professionals can safely do their job so that they can uphold their end of the contract as well, and to make sure you don't get hurt.
I'll step in his way.
That stuff is basically acid if you touch it. We've confirmed that. It's very dangerous. They know how to properly bottle it.
The sleepless slaves? Those are who you would entrust things to? You work for the order, and, like, sees Bam, like, he does 3 damage to you, sees Bamin step in front of him. It's like, and you! I was almost about to offer you a job. And you step in front of me. What?
Think of it this
Stopping
way.
me from getting where I need to go. 1 second before we finish this. Caram?
What's up?
On the outside, you see Poe and you see Carrots, like, preparing for, like, they're like, okay, so here's what we gotta do. All we gotta do is wait for the signal. We hit the boosters, we're in, we're out. We grab as much of it as we can. It's like, yeah, but what's the signal? It's like, you know what the signal is? It's like, they never told me the signal. It's the, well, if you hear Beef screaming, we hurry in, get the stuff, get out.
I'm gonna sneak aboard.
Yeah, give me rogue. Yeah, it'll do it. Yeah, so you sneak aboard, they have tons of empty buckets. Just buckets upon buckets upon buckets. You see what can only be described as a folding mobile home. It looks like they could be built in the middle of anywhere. Kind of looks like what we would call a trailer in our real world. A bunch of lab equipment all around here. And, of course, you know, the stuff for 4 entrepreneur fish people.
Hmm. I'm debating on what to do here. Because part of me's tempted to see how this plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. We can go back to the other.
Yeah, I kind of want to let this play out.
Marzipan raises themselves to full height to stand up to Bamin. Bamin's big. Marzipan's a bit bigger. Doesn't look too much bigger than Bamin because of the fact that most of him is still snake, like slithering around behind him. And it's just, I don't believe you all understand the ramifications of what you're talking about here. You are trying to keep me from a deal. I understand trying to cut yourself a better deal, pointing at Ceylon. And I understand trying to warn me about the problems with what's going on, points at Gemini. Understand that I do not care. Understand that if you continue to stand in my way, and he raises himself above you all, I will do everything within my what's the word I'm looking for? Not inadequate. I will do everything in my power to make the rest of your lives hell.
So when people are collecting materials, they will share their teeth with you. You like to go in and make it harder for them to collect their materials?
I was merely walking to make sure my 20% was over there. You stood in my way for no foreseeable reason.
I can escort you. I know where
I can
Nix's
see it, it's right
I can
there.
see
It's
what-
right there, Uwu.
No, I just wanted to make sure you didn't get too close to the liquid where it's dangerous.
I am not a child.
Is this
Ooh.
snake? Is he legit strong, or is he just all walking, all talking? Is he
Oh,
actually
yes.
strong, or is he
Um,
just like puffing his? If he's puffing up.
His reputation is earned. But let me what tags has Bamin got on him? Bamin, can you roll me 2d20? You're known.
Nice.
Okay,
It's a known off.
19.
No
19
enough. No enough. Let's do this.
Absolutely. What do you think, Bamin? Like this is you setting it into reality, though. Is Marzipan's reputation earned? Is he just big and strong? Is he actually big and strong, or is it just he's big, so people assume he's strong?
Yeah, I know everyone, and this is and I know for a fact that you're full of shit, and that you are just you. Yeah, all right, calm down, gallery. Hang on, hang on. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like the way you've been talking since you came in here, and you're gonna show some respect to us, or I'm gonna grab the back of your neck, like the little snake you are, and throw you the fuck out of here. All right? Yeah. What do you think of that, big snake man? Huh?
How dare you talk to me that way? Ooh, ooh. And it's like Zahara like slides back, and she's just like looking at Bamin like little nods, little excited nods over and over again.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking psyched at the idea of you killing her father. For the record,
Oh, I grip. I mean, my feet and claws are digging into the sand here, so kind of.
Okay. He has
Bamin is shaking.
He has to make himself seem big, so he has to try. Okay, let me get his tags up. Okay, I did not know we'd be like squaring up. All right, so he is gonna give 3d20. This is for his reputation. Limited success. So
Dang.
okay, so all right, so he puffs himself up to beef and to peas, and even Gemini and the not like fighter ones. You guys, like, if Caram were here, Caram would be able to like stand up and be like, oh, okay, absolutely, this puff up is for nothing. But to you all, he is sufficiently impressive. Like, very puffs himself up, like breathes in deeply. Like, you see him reach into his belt and pulls out a you know those staves with the golden rings on them that jingle? He's got a broad axe that has a bunch of those rings, and he points it at Bamin. It's just like, I will murder you for that. And he believes that his overconfident roll right there is enough to make you back off.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I roll to use my hook staff to just kind of quickly like hook and pull that out of his hand? Or at the very least, like bind it. And be like, we've been trying to be very diplomatic here. I would suggest standing
It's up to
down.
like, yeah. I mean, if it is beyond that step, I think. But
Does Bamin have a weapon? Like, are you gonna pull a weapon out to match?
Bamin has grappler.
Yeah, I don't need a weapon.
So yeah, take the weapon out. That way, Bamin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamin. Doesn't even matter if he has a weapon, does it?
No.
We've been trying to be polite and diplomatic, and yet here you just threatened the life of one of our crewmates, or a member of the Lockstitch Academy. We do not
He's a
take
crewmate.
that lightly.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah.
Let him have it.
And we'll meet violence with violence. So do I need to roll for that, or?
Yeah, you would certainly need to roll.
Strength for strength.
Don't see any of these.
I mean, the variable form of weapon, melee, metallic, versatile.
Yeah, this looks like a straight 20-sider, I think.
Okay.
So let me tug a war with you over it. Oh, yep, you definitely take it out of his hand. It's just like, what? Oh god.
Yeah, it's like,
Nice.
yeah, we do not take threats of violence lightly.
And I think at that point, I'm gonna throw him in this pool.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
in the pool?
Yeah.
Study. I roll study.
Well,
have that. Yeah, no, I ain't gonna stop you.
Yeah. For sure. You could give me 2d20 for grappler, and let's see how this one goes. Okay. Let me. Those two aren't supposed to be here.
Like, where those guys come from? We got people coming around.
It's Carrot and Poe being like, "What up, guys? Was that the signal?" All right, Bamin.
I'm in huge. Hell yeah.
Let me over here. I'm just setting all the tokens up. This is not the actual sand skiff. This is still the denial sand skiff, but it's the only sand skiff token I have right now, so we're gonna use it.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Just trying to make sure we all know where we are right now. Caram on a sand skiff up here.
Nice. Barreling.
Getting ready to, like, the jet boosters are just on, getting ready to go. Gonna come flying in here, steal as much of the liquid as they can. Gemini over here. Ceylon hanging out with Zahara. Gemini was pushed back. But then Bamin is throwing the Merchant Lord of the Node into the Tears of Fate. Alright, absolutely. What's that look like? So, I imagine he was going for like a reach back at Gemini to get his axe back. And is it like a judo throw? Like just like up and over the shoulder and send him flying?
Yeah, I was on all fours. Like, it was kind of like a full sprint in at the same time as the axe came away. And yeah, like a judo back toss. Yeah.
Sick.
I love it.
Like from your shoulders kind of thing? Like you just, as you like come up and flex, like he's bouncing off?
I bite him in the neck too, because why not?
Yeah.
I gotta use these teeth on one of these games.
He was like hella shitty to you. Like in just as a whole, I don't know, different cultures are different cultures. Like, okay, but also like,
listen,
no, just checking out.
Bamin can take a cue. It's time. Let's do this.
Gemini's gonna run over and like use the hook to like fish the guy out before he like dies of like acid or whatever.
That's gonna happen within the first couple of seconds of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a nat 20. That's a nat 20 that's tier squatted.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, good news.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be cheering. Woo! Let's go.
The pirate crew doesn't need to throw a coup anymore.
Turns to what's her name's like, sorry we had to kill your dad. He did threaten our lives just now.
It's just arm keeps swinging out of the water for a second as you see it just starts to Terminator 2. Like big fleshy arm covered in rings comes up once. The next time it comes up, it's just the rings on a bony hand. And then you see just the rings float to the top.
How'd that do with like all the nearby mummies, and it caused such a splash? Did they get splashed too? Like how much? He's a big guy.
If they get splashed, they are very carefully wiping themselves off.
Okay.
Also, he did an awful lot of screaming. Caram, Poe leans over to Kara. She's like, "Is that it?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know if it was him, but it was a lot of screaming. That seems like the signal." And they are a go. The ship begins to rocket towards the other puddle.
Shh.
Bamin.
Yes.
Because it's a 20, and it's a cheer squatted 20.
Hey. Hey, M-I-N. Turn that bow into a friend. But he dead now. But good job.
But-
Yay, Bamin.
But he dead now. Shit, what is? I think it has to be like Scour goes up to the edge of the pool with his own like retractable hook thing, looking at Gemini's hook, and he's like, nice, mine has a net, and fishes out the rings. Like, you see him shake it off multiple times so none of the liquid comes out. And they go, here you go, boss. And he flicks you 5 rings, like one for your thumb as well. They're big rings. They would fit you like a bangle.
Yeah.
Sick.
Zahara looks back and forth. And finally, she is close to Niels as a Naga can. And she's just like, in service to you, O Merchant Lord Bamin.
Oh, I'll give these rings to you, and you can be free. Go do whatever you need to do. You don't have to stick around with us if you don't want.
He takes the bangles and like immediately puts them onto her own arm. She's, the node owes you a great honor, Uwu. And if there's ever a, do you hear that? And looking over your shoulder, you see a sand skiff piloted by 2 fish people. This like flying as fast as they can. These 2 are the worst drivers. And it is like they have stolen maybe not stolen, illicitly gotten themselves a knockoff jet engine to put on top of this sand skiff, and they are just flying. Peas and Beef look over at Ceylon. Well, like, our ride's here. It was nice hanging out with you once again, Maester. We should really make this one more time. It's like
You little shit.
up.
You got me. He's running off.
They both are sprinting on their way out. Beef grabs Zahara's hand and shakes it. It's just like, thank you. Oh, Lord Merchant of the Node. We should be in touch. I'm Beef. Nice to meet you. And like runs.
Little shit. We're doing the research. We're
Wait.
doing the thing.
Do they nab any of the jars?
Oh, they are not going for the jars.
Okay. They're
gonna,
just
like, suck
picking
up the
their boss
pool?
up. Like, they're not here for the
I
tears?
thought it was a
They
yeah.
are.
I thought
We're
it was
just
a
after-
raid.
Oh.
Yeah, they're after this one though. You guys are looking at this one. They are hitting this little one.
They're
Right,
like
they have-
scooping up tears, not bottles.
They are both holding buckets, literal
Yeah.
buckets, over the
Yeah.
edge. That is,
My
they
God.
are splashing, and they are just trying to like hit it as they go.
I have the Echo Buster. Can I try to shoot one of the buckets?
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna give Caram a real quick go though.
Okay.
Oh, I'm letting this play out. Don't worry about me.
It's your turn. Do they make it to the pool, Caram, before you do something?
I was waiting for them to do a roll to see how well they piloted and turn that into a 1.
They just flip into the pool. Jackknife.
That's all I was waiting for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I will roll.
Pick
for
up the
that.
rudder.
There we go.
Yeah. Just as it's getting to the pool, Caram just jumps off, throws his knife right into like the engine part, and you just hear nothing but a bunch of tinging as it goes in. And the engine will explode.
So like beef stops running, or
Oh no, beef and peas were definitely going to just keep chasing after it.
So good. Another wreckage just keep.
Wait, so did that happen before they managed to get any
Yeah,
any in their
absolutely.
bucket? Okay.
They're not going to get any of it.
Okay.
Hell yeah, Caram.
Alright, time to go chase down some assholes.
Canonically, those 4 have to get away
Okay.
because we've seen them in the future being fine. They have to die in a couple of days, but they have to be where they need to die to die.
Oh, all 4 of them get it?
All
Dang.
4 of them are dead.
Oh,
Well-
poor beef.
Oh, if I got a hold of them, I was gonna kill them.
Oh yeah. He just wanted to sell drugs.
Just have a party. This is good. Good people to know, though. Well connected.
You know that Caram hates them, right?
Well connected.
Out of curiosity, how do they die? Is it?
They get hit by a meteor.
Ah, nice,
Oh
nice.
my god. What a fucking
Karma could not
party.
be any sweeter.
They climb out of a trailer that they're cooking drugs in. Beef is cooking drugs in it. And when they are cooking the drugs, the world gets a little fucky. In the presence of it. It is called the Green Fairy. It is also the drug that Ceylon has in her pocket right now.
Num 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 num.
It's an ancient drug that is mostly used in was mostly used in Dactyloid. It is famous in Dactyloid as like the drug that was so powerful and like that everybody loved so much that it's how the thumb got into power. It's how the fingers, the 5 families actually got set up was from the sale of this drug. I've actually, because Maverick knew about it and did mention it some in the future game, this drug that when you take it, you fully feel like you are in a wonderful, blissful dream. There are exceptions. Sometimes you get a bad trip. But the wonderful thing is you can share it with people. So back in the day, 1,000 years ago or so, Caram, in Dactyloid, there were like opium dens, like rooms where everybody was smoking on pillows. And your cloud that you were blowing was actually the same as like a dream cloud. And if it touched somebody else's dream cloud, you got to go into their dreams. So everybody would just do it and like hotbox each other, you know?
The vibes. I was born in the wrong millennia.
It was amazing. It's great. It allows everybody to share their minds together. And yeah, it's a banging drug. It's called Pixie Dust or the Green Fairy. And we have reason to believe, based on what Beef just said and what Maverick has said, that it is made out of the Tears of Fate.
Yeah, so we're still doing the research center and getting
could certainly
Sahara
be so.
on board as it would be an extended honor that you join the coalition, and then this all begins because like there is so much new, like unseen, undo. It's gonna be a banging time. It's
that
gonna be
hard?
a time.
Besides, if you bring in researchers, they're gonna need food, drink, place to stay,
Oh yeah.
have disposable income to spend.
Like I think we should choose for it not to be in node or
I love that
in
you guys
out.
are trying to
where the
sell
order
to her
is.
father now.
no.
Now you guys are all
no,
taking
no.
the path that would help make the father happy. He's just in the.
It's
You
regime
should have
change."
told me about the prophet well before I was drowning.
Yeah.
Gemini was going to explain that idea to him, but he had to
Yep.
hurry things along.
Yep. Yep.
Or I'm just
Besides-
looking around. What? What in the hell's happened while I was gone?
The harvest is almost over. It's almost complete. Well done.
Zahara looks at some of the bottles, and she's just like, yes, researching it would come in handy. It would be much more useful to know what we have before we sell it. I agree with you, Wu.
Indeed. But where shall this research center be? Somewhere a little neutral, not with the order, not in Node.
Caram looks at Zahara. You want to trust Lockstitch with the research?
I don't, actually. I have reason
Bold.
to believe there
Bold
might be
move.
more going on than you are all letting on. And of course, keep your secrets. I would never intrude.
Can't say I tried. Well, didn't try.
But neutral location. Agreed.
It's just like, well, there is Mastaba. Nobody holds claim to Mastaba.
Ooh, who's been there?
It's a treacherous path through the mountains, and apparently there's a blood dragon of some mighty strength, but we've heard that the path is becoming clear.
I mean, that already sounds like natural defenses to me.
Exactly. So, if you don't mind convincing your order friends to move all of these tiers to Mastaba in a safe place, and we will all begin researching that on our own.
Well, collectively, within the coalition. Yes.
We'll have to talk with them, and you'll still have to figure out whether or not the deal will include the resource gathered or the services.
Well,
But
and that'll be a whole different
this
thing
is.
there.
I don't do deals or work with bureaumancy.
Yeah, I mean, likewise. For the diplomatic side, but that does seem like a contract that then the coalition as a whole can like review and what's it called, mediate, kind of thing. Because and others can bring their bureaumancers. Like that's why we got people for that kind of stuff. But if we just get through tonight, we can have some schnacks, gonna have a good time, see the moon fully set. It's gonna be good. So far, so good. Yeah. See what else we got here. Opening
Okay.
patch.
I'm
Go ahead.
into all that.
Yeah. We
Nice.
are, I guess, explaining how to Nyx then how we had to do a little bit of a murder.
Nyx waves one of their hands that's just floating in the air. It's like, murder is fine. It's like, they go through merchant lords so quickly. And it's like, Zahara, merchant lord of the node, welcome, congratulations. Like, we will honor our deals that we have made with you in the past, of course. Like, I, as Nyx, speak for the Marishette in welcoming you to the trade. Nyx seems very bored with that section of everything, by the way. Naya walks up to Zahara with a welcome merchant lord package. Like a little sash, a little necklace, it's got a hand on it. It's just like, welcome, the order welcomes you. We bless you, we hope that everything goes well, and may the future waves always swell. Excellent, all taken care of. I was like, okay. And Naya pulls out her notepad and sits down. She's like, I'm not a full-on baromancer, but give me the gist of the deal that we're trying to make. What are we after? Currently, Zauset has a claim to 20% of our resources that we got from this. Now, the change of that will be that we place all of the Tears of Fate in a centralized location that we all have access to and we can use all of us together.
For
That means
research
for
for
first.
research purposes, and then Nyx raises their hand. It's just like we need it for our own purposes, first and foremost.
Wouldn't this really only be the 20% that we're regulating this way?
No, the whole.
Oh,
It's the whole. The 20%. We can give Sahara the 20% right now, and like Nyx can leave with the 80%. Nyx doesn't want to do that, by the way.
Right.
But I personally, just me, Alan, telling you all, if we just did that, Nyx would accept the deal. Wouldn't be happy. Like Neferka would be a little bit weaker. They'd be 20% weaker, and then other people would have access to it. But that would
Why
also.
did they do the deal to begin with? Like, where did it? Like, what was the leverage on that deal taking place?
Naya like leans back, cause it's just us girls. She signs a piece of the paper, like walks around the edges of the tent, and then it gets silenced. Because it's just us girls. Just like with the absence of the Tears of Fate, we needed a way to make profit in a hurry. So we made an agreement with
It's
Sahara.
a loan.
And like, well, they had to get a certain person out of Neferka. Have you met the Shaper?
Heh.
Who?
The Shaper, he is a force from Neferka. A mighty, powerful leader. Has something against pirate queens. Can't put our fingers on it. Think something was stolen from him at some point. He was running rampant around the city of Neferka and then throughout the node. We decided to pay Marzaban, like previous merchant lord, an truly outrageous amount, waving to the 20%. Everything. 20% of everything traded out of Neferka goes to the node. To make sure that he stays gone. And thus far we have done our job admirably, wouldn't you Wu say?
The Sahara?
Yeah, that was Zahara.
Okay, so the Nyx is saying like yes, like that was
Yeah.
the admirable. Okay, gotcha.
No, admirable, like Zahara would say we've been doing it admirably. And Nyx would have to agree that yes,
Mhm.
they got rid of the Shaper and got rid of the Shaper's crew.
Okay. So like in this sense, this is a strange it's a strange Tears harvest. Like how do we fully know that the properties are the same, that a lot of the things are what like this is it was an irregular harvest because of like the method that like it was done to like, and so maybe something is different. And so like because Lockstitch was involved in the initial like because we're involved, we want to see it through. And so I think that this needs to be delivered to like a neutral area where y'all are able and safe, that way you're not bringing it back home. So if things get dangerous, like what do you need kind of thing, it's just you have our full support to ensure that this substance like meets like your understanding of what the substance was. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, because it's different now. Like, it do be different. And so does it have different properties? Does it act differently? Is it still... Yeah. And so that's where the like, let's like pause and research and ensure. And that way, and so like this 20% stuff, that makes a lot of sense. That does seem like a city to city loan kind of situation. I think coalition wise, that could be us. Oh my god, let's get pins. That like it's just it can't be payable using this specific substance like for trade right now. First we need to like actually go through and yeah, see what we got. see actually what we got. Because what if it's a bad batch?
Tell me, Nix.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know that you are wanting all of it. And I know, Zahara, you're wanting 20%. Can we meet somewhere in the middle as he's looking between the two of them?
50% is a preferable bargain.
It's their
Well-
loan. Like, no, we can get out of it. They got debts. They got to pay their debts. Like, should we get involved in that?
Caram looks to Nix.
I can see a situation where it would be better to study this. You are right, Officer Ceylon. You would know more about when magic goes strangely than we would. This is how it's been functioning for the last 1,000 years. Things change. The world changes. We shall study this. We meet her at a centralized location. That it promise safety? Will
Safety
Lockstitch-
from others.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have reasons. I have my own reasons to not bring it to Neferka at this time. We have been having some disturbing nightmares of late.
Aw.
Zahara, would you be able to guarantee its safety in Mazaban? Not Mazaban. I'm bad with names, as always.
Mastaba.
Mastaba, thank you.
Yes. I can guarantee that we can get it there safely. What happens there is gonna have to be with you all's help. Guarding it, protecting it,
Researching it.
if you will. Though I must say that we research it in small batches. Small batches.
Of course.
Yeah.
If we were to research in large batches, well, points at the entire, like, where the entire stack of it would be outside, all that would potentially fail, and then even if it was a good batch, it isn't then.
So we've agreed the methodology of microdosing. Brilliant.
So once researched, we come to a full deal that satisfies everyone. Looking at both of them.
I will send my best money counters as soon as we have decided on what the value is. And Nix agrees. Like,
Because the
I
value
don't want it, but
of the material, depends on its.
oh
its
no,
use.
the value they're gonna do now is based on once we learn what it can do.
Yes.
That's when we're gonna set the value.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if
that's
it
what I
can
mean.
teach,
The value
it's
of
worth
it
way
is
more
based
if
on
as
what
soon
it
as
can
they
do.
learn that they can read the future. As soon as they learn that they can see the future, it goes up exponentially.
Yes, but it also, like, is it just this, or is it how it's used and the training of how to use it?
Oh, I don't think like the training of how it's used is not a thing that the order will trade away.
Right.
All right.
So it could just be the value is the order's services.
Oh no, they're gonna buy the liquid.
Oh,
like
okay.
the node and Lockstitch are going to be able to research this and do something else with it. They don't have to use it like the same way that
Okay.
the order's using it. They don't have to use it to see future. Like if they want to, because they have the rights to it as well, they can make drugs with it.
Karam's looking at
And
Zahara.
you can make drugs with it.
Yeah.
I have a request.
Is there, yeah, like
I sure hope it's don't sell drugs with it. Zahara's 100% the person that is making these drugs.
This does not reach Dactyloy.
I cannot promise that in the least.
How about this? Can we put it in writing that we are not allowed to sell it? Like, once we figure out how to use it, it cannot be distributed as a weapon. As a, like, very dangerous, apparently soul-destroying weapon.
That's up to the Beeromancers once we
Right.
do the measurement.
But
Yeah.
just putting on the table that that is a possible thing we could put in the contract. To be decided about later, but just putting it out there now. This stuff seems like it could be very dangerous. What with then Gemini just kind of points to where Marzipan died. It's like, what happened earlier.
It's just there's just like a phone call from the moon. And actually, like that's just like, hey, did you try telling people to not drink it? Which is the moon's like, it's just like, hey, this is dangerous. How do we stop it? Don't drink it. Is how
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, yes, but people shouldn't go swimming in it or be thrown in it. I don't think that's less used as a weapon and more just used as like an environmental hazard.
But
we don't ban people from the water because you drown in the water.
No, but like we don't want this stuff being like distributed. Like, oh hey, check out this great new energy drink, and then like killing a whole bunch of people that way. We don't want to use like.
If you see somebody melt when drinking an energy drink and you drink the energy drink, I think we're better off. I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think the echo will make do.
And that is a reason for the coalition. These are great ideas and very great points that you're bringing up. Because one thing we can agree on is research-wise that we are not researching this for like weapons manufacturing, and like that Lockstitch is prepared. Like we are prepared to agree to something like that. Absolutely. But and that is one of the reasons why we're researching it, right? To see if there's these side effects that if it was made into an energy drink and it actually is as I don't know, it's measles basically, and it's like super contagious, then okay, no, well, we won't sell that. We won't allow that process of purification or whatever for the tiers to become. That is part of the benefit and the sanctity of this coalition. That's a very great great heart that you bring to this, Bamin. Thank you.
Oh, I mean, anytime. What I'm here for. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So glad to be here. And if anytime I can throw a snake into a
You look so good doing it.
Well,
bent the knees all the way.
Hey,
You're really flexible.
oh,
Keep it
geez,
up.
thank you. I will. All right, I will.
Hey, you can
I
see the
will.
work. You know what I mean?
Never skip leg day. Never skip leg day.
You can't be doing it. Can't be patting the calves.
Yeah. See those things? I kind of twist my calf a little bit, do a little twist.
Why would you need to sell weapons when you got these puppies?
That's right.
Scour's full snoot inside one of those bags, just covered in the green dust.
Yeah.
He's just out there dreaming. Everybody can see his dream. It's become
Yeah, how do we see it?
If it a colorful floating cloud situation.
Nice.
Like hazy around his head. You can't actually see it, but if you were close enough and did a little yourself, you'd get there.
Nice. Like the
Don't do drugs,
exhale
kids.
vapors kind of thing.
Oh, no, you would have to take the pouch. If you were to take some of your own, you could sync up your dreams with Scour. I'm not saying you want to. I'm not saying anybody wants to.
With Scour specifically, sure.
Not with
But,
Scour
like,
specifically, but yeah, like if you're on the same
But, like-
wavelength as somebody else, and
yeah, like
you
what
know.
else we doing tonight, Bamin? You free?
I invented a cool fictional drug, everybody.
Gemini.
Gemini's like, hey,
Gemini.
Ceylon, can I see something? I want to try something. And like
And don't do drugs,
Yeah.
kids.
takes a little bit of that and makes a little tincture out of it with some of his alcohol. And is
Yes.
like,
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Sahara,
okay.
Sahara.
If-
yes,
okay.
yes. Because the
Sorry.
moon's going down, so like the
Gemini,
sunish things coming up.
Gemini has chef, but this takes chemist.
Ooh.
Gemini, this sounds like something somebody naive might do.
yes,
This sounds like a 2d20 take the lower.
yes, it does.
Nice. No.
Never punished.
Never punished.
Yeah, okay. So it is. It clouds up the drink pretty quickly, but then again, you realized
That's brilliant.
you just need a stronger alcohol amount, and you have the flask that gives you whatever alcohol you want. So as you like mix in a little tincture, like the clear liquid, instead of being like a cloudy teal, like becomes luminescent, but also very very clear. Like we can see all the way through it. It's glowing, it's teal, it's beautiful. It looks like it might be delicious.
Don't mind if I do. I'll take some of that. There's some good shit.
Gemini pours that into little shot glasses. Like, anybody want it? Try it. Just downs it.
Can I have it in eye drops?
I mean, it's alcohol. It might burn.
Oh yeah. Like I'll just take some of the tincture part.
Yeah, just put a little drop on your tongue.
Yeah. Here you go. Ah.
You know, Gemini just downs the entire shot glass of it.
Absolutely. It's not gonna matter too much for this one, but does everybody take this?
Yes.
A 20 was rolled. Know that I'm not gonna kill you for it.
What am I taking? Yes, I'll take it.
Okay, there we go.
I'm good.
Yay.
You see 3 of these people's eyes go really wide and not dripping. Not like Nyx, not like Amon, nowhere near that level. But each one of their irises turns slightly teal and is glowing. All 3 of you are high as hell. Not high. High is completely the wrong word. It almost feels the opposite of high. It is very clear. You are seeing everything. You see your next step before you take it.
Like mellow and calm, kind of. Like
Yeah. Like you are, it feels like whenever you're doing anything, you are following somebody else doing exactly what you're about to do.
That's a good vibe.
You all temporarily, and I need to say that this is very temporary, is I want to say you have the temporary tag Dreamer, but like know that it is a lesser version of it. Like it is not the same as Cash or Amon having it, but you could use it. Like you could use it to change one of your roles.
So
In
Dreamer parentheses minor.
Yes, Dreamer parenthesis minor. Like you can see the future until you do it. You know, like you can see your next step, and then once you do it, you see your next step. You can change it once, but that breaks the Dreamer thing, and it has to happen immediately. Nyx is not happy about that happening. Nyx is looking at all 3 of you very upset.
Okay.
But like dreaming wise, but like
It's not that you weren't supposed to drink it because we thought it would kill you. That is ours. What are you doing?
It was the drug.
Wait, this is the pixie stuff, not like the tear stuff.
There. Oh, it's the drugs. Sorry, you took the stuff one step further and then did it. They are very confused at what's going on. They
We're
are
starting
very
our
upset.
research. This is the
Just
time when
doing
we
drugs
vibe.
in the fucking
like,
tent.
Yeah, we're vibing on like research, like how. Okay, so Nix, like, what direction are you into? Dream with me for a second here, all right? Like, what are we feeling?
Nix is going to leave this thing. Upon seeing you guys do those drugs, Nix does leave immediately.
I want to say Gemini did not know this was drugs. He thought it was like some kind of new ingredient type thing.
So like, yeah, we might have fucked that one up. Okay. Wait a minute.
It's gonna be like, hey, so did you know that stuff might have been drugs?
Yeah, but
We will deliver
we
it.
could have waited. My bad.
We will deliver all of this to Mastaba, where we will set up our research. She's like, meet us there. Send someone sober.
I'll be the one to send the message along.
It's because you rolled a 20 and it came out so good. It hit so hard. It was not. Oh, no. It was just a little drink. No. So Nyx is not going to be interested, most likely, in teaching some monk ways. Nope.
Not right away after, you know,
Yeah.
you took you took a drug
Like right in front of the.
right in front of her.
A little drink. Just a little drink.
I think the whole
out.
time Zahara was just looking in, like, outside, like, oh, that is fascinating. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Ooh.
Yeah, no.
I'm not making any
No.
eye contact with you, Woo.
Sahara.
Oh,
Did
that was
you
just
get-
what. That was before, like, Zahara will, like, admit that she, like, was afterwards. She's, like, just never gonna do it in front of people. Are you crazy?
I know. Yeah, no. My bad. Y'all were here. Oof. That's a
the
misstep.
three of you.
That was a misstep.
You
Boys,
were
that was
almost,
rough.
almost Merchant Lord of the Node. Whew. Dodged a bullet with that one. Ooh, woo. It's like, all right.
Bro, you killed a guy.
So wait, does all it takes to become a merchant lord of the node is to kill the merchant lord?
With a certain amount of express merchant backing. Bamin here is known throughout the Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the
crap.
merchant lord now?
You were until you gave the power to Zahara, which, like, you decided to make her merchant lord.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh my god,
I
you're
don't
so
need-
humble.
You
I
were
don't
merchant
need
lord
all
for
that.
like 30 seconds.
I don't need all that responsibility.
It would have been funnier if it was Scour.
If I gave it to Scour. Nah, he already has enough titles, man. That guy, that's gonna go right to his head.
Well, or it's gonna be with us for a bit. You guys enjoy your drugs. Caram's just gonna walk out of the tent.
It's an inspiration session. We're literally brain cloud storming, brain clouding. Nah,
That
this
doesn't
is
work
what
with the
leadership
drink.
looks like.
With the drink, you just hear, this is what leadership looks like. Until you do it, you just keep hearing yourself on loop. You keep experiencing the thing that you want to do next until you do it.
And also, I think Gemini absolutely knew it was drugs until he took it, and then he forgot that he knew it was drugs.
Gemini is stuck in an endless loop of remembering it was drugs.
It's like, whoa, this was drugs.
But yeah, I can't say that game went at all how I anticipated.
I was
Um,
not expecting it to go this way either.
We
And
I
killed
knew
my
I
people
was-
king.
fighting.
Man, that ambush went certainly different than I expected it to.
Well, if they had a better plan, I was gonna let them actually grab it and steal it for myself.
Oh no, they had a dumb plan. The cottage core just like I love them, but they're terrible. But yeah. So with that, we are setting up Senior Officer of the Mysticians, Ceylon, is setting up a laboratory / research department in Mastaba. There's plenty of room in that city. We're gonna have trade agreements done with them. Don't worry. We're gonna get the sheep and the pigs, the woolies and the woollies, all involved if we can. We can all pass that dragon as long as Namak says it's okay. They will let you guys through. That research lab is strictly for researching what these Tears of Fate do in a safe place that's away from the rest of the world, except for all of those sheep. So if it burns down,
I love that we got like incredibly successful and then fucked it up right at the end.
Yeah, that was just like, oh no. We'll catch it on the replay. We're gonna.
Note to self: don't do drugs in front of the client right after successfully completing the job.
That's
Speak
not...
for yourself, man. I feel great.
Yeah, and it does work
No.
often, but like,
No.
it is definitely look both ways before
No.
you.
The problem is that you guys took a drug that we knew was made from these tears.
We didn't know that, did we?
No, this was the pixie dust.
It's made from the tears.
Wait,
The
did we,
pixie
did
dust
we,
is not from the tears. The green fairy.
it sure is.
did we know that though?
1,000-year-old opium dens. Oh no.
To be fair, in the future we will know, but right now I
Yeah.
don't think we knew. Not
Right.
with any.
Yeah.
There is plausible deniability that you did not know, as you would have had to figure certain things out.
Well, that's what the research center is for. Man, there's gonna be so many pillows.
I can see
More
see the
specifically,
future.
it's
man.
not don't be on drugs
Yeah.
in front of the client. It's don't take them in front of the client.
Well, unless, like, one of the clients literally gave it to us. The other client, we should have done eyebrow.
Well, I thought
first,
we got it
and
from
we
Beef.
didn't. No,
Did we-
I got it from Zahara. She's the one who gave it to me. Beef
Oh,
also knows what it is and also makes it. So it's chill. That's why we're like in a brainstorm cloud session together now. But
The brain cloud
Ah,
is
shit.
only in if you take the powder itself.
Yeah, the Brim Cloud doesn't happen with this weird tincture. The weird tincture lets you see yourself a second later. Or a second previous.
Oh, so we're all having separate experiences right now, bro?
Gemini just thought, oh hey, might make something tasty that I could
Oh, for sure.
maybe cook with, and then it's like, oh no, this is delicious on its own.
Yeah. It looked pretty. Well, I'm just not going to put that in the report. But, yeah, okay. Feedback for leadership. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Noted.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it, I am not upset with this ending. It's
Oh no,
just
this is
an ending.
a great way to end it.
Under the stars? On
Mm,
the sands?
wouldn't say great way to end it, but definitely an ending. We kind of
Sounds
pissed
like
off the people
rising.
that
Once they take all the liquid out of the pool, we're going to find a skeleton, right? Like,
No.
no, it like fully disintegrated. Like, oh,
All
what
of
about
that
the
turned into grains of sand.
Dang.
all we see is more sand.
Damn.
A lot
that's
more
cool.
sand though. He was a big guy.
Is there just a
That's
big
cool.
pile of sand vaguely in the shape of his body?
The way that the sand works is it does try to even itself out, so there wouldn't
Oh,
even be
shit.
a hill. And now it's just like the crew moving. So not only did the Order not get the Tears of Fate because they have access to it, but they're not allowed to use it. we've put it into a place to research it, where the other group of people that want to research it want to make it drugs.
I
Well, it's
didn't get
just
a.
one avenue.
I really didn't get a say in this.
It's not for you to say.
Yeah, I thought we were just doing like, no. The 20% should be researched before it can be sold.
The
But-
whole. Why just 20? When could be 100?
Because we were brought here by the order to help them.
Yeah.
We do not. Okay, but as Lockstitch, do we work for them because this was like a contract? Like, are we just contract labor?
Because
kind of thing?
Amon's a part of the crew and we like Amon?
Well, also-
Absolutely. And so what benefits them and us and all? I'm gonna go with safety. And like this substance be different. We don't fully know how it was supposed to be 1,000 years ago versus how it's being collected and used now. Like we don't fully know. And so like as Lockstitch, we have like a duty of care essentially. And so we're going to see this through. So yeah, maybe the order doesn't get their hands on it right now, and maybe merchants who are going to sell it for random profit that's unforeseeable of like what the purposes even are. All right, let's slow our roll. You know, let's just take a little taste first, see what happens. We'll see what happens, but safely. But truly though, y'all killed it. We got the best of the best. We weren't even in on this deal, and now we are. Now we're kind of steering the ship, and that's pretty cool. Y'all are great. Can I just say, like, Caram? Nice.
So let's see about experience. Bamin, I feel like it has to be either known or grappler for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably, what? I gotta pick one of these? Grappler?
Yep.
Known?
Oh wait, no, you got a 20 in grappler, so you already got 1 in grappler.
Yeah, throw one in known.
All right, will do. All right, alphabetically, not so hard. We have Caram. You used rogue today.
That is quite literally my only role.
Madness. This was a lot of talking today. And also very easily, Ceylon. Did you use diplomat or cultist or resonant today? I want to say diplomat.
Roll-wise, like, actually, I only rolled twice for occultist.
Oh, okay. Absolutely then.
Which is kind of sad, and that's why, no, I ruined it with Nyx. They're never gonna let me into their cult now.
And Gemini, you got 1 level in... You got 1 for being naive. That's what you got.
Doesn't Gemini not even want to take experience and I need?
Definitely become something better. Alright, so Gemini, chef or
Well,
researcher? I don't think you did
I
performer.
used researcher and succeeded, but yeah, I'll take it for researcher then, I guess.
Absolutely. Okay. Man, it's really easy when I don't have to scroll down for everybody's names. You're all like in this right there early in the alphabet. All right, everybody. Today's game went weird. So tomorrow's game says figure out what Marzipan's up to. Yeah. Dude's dead.
Change of
Episode
plans.
sand.
Change of plans.
I mean, went from Masaban to Zahara now.
Also, I like that you just happen to have some tables set up available.
Mm-hmm.
It's a got you need the maps. You need the maps, everybody.
Yep.
And yeah, indigestion. With that, it's like super late for you East Coasters, so Good night. Tomorrow we play again at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, everybody. Thank everybody for playing. Goodbye forever. I have to go to the...
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye forever, everyone.
Through tangled paths and mysteries, working side by side, we weavers chart when none to be, sailing day and night. Luminaries chase the truth through boundless wisdom keen. Through tests and trials, they'll guide the crew to sights yet to be seen. Raise the banner, let it fly. United we stand tall. A spirit bold and a courage bright to answer echo's call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Protecting all through strife and storm, seem guardians defend. Their mission pure, their promise sworn, steadfast till the end. Mysticians seek what lies untold, with spells of newfound lore. Lighting paths and opening gates to magic's very core. Raise the banner, let it fly. United we stand tall. A spirit bold and a courage bright to answer echo's call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know.